So we're going to talk about classifying polygons by their number of sides. So it's pretty easy to see the list that from, classifying a triangle, that's a three-sided figure. A four-sided figure is any quadrilateral, and that includes squares and rectangles, rhombuses, trapezoids, and even kites you might not think of, but that is a four-sided figure and a quadrilateral. Also parallelograms. Moving on though, five-sided figure, that's a pentagon. Six sides, that's called a hexagon. Seven sides is called a heptagon. Eight sides is called an octagon. Okay, and moving even forward down the line, there's even more that you could talk about, and that would go to the nonagon. That's a nine-sided figure. The decagon, that is a 10-sided figure. Two more I want to share with you, and that's the hendecagon, 11, and dodecagon. That's a 12-sided figure. Okay, so that's how you classify polygons. Okay, but let's take a look at a good way to figure out what a polygon should be classified as. So just one at a time. Count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So going back to our list, 10-sided figure, that's called a decagon. How about this one? One, whoops. And I like to move from left to right. So starting from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's called a heptagon. Seven-sided figure. Four sides, guys. That is a quadrilateral. Okay. One more. Let's go through this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be a nonagon. Nine-sided figure. Okay, so that's how you classify polygons. All right, one more thing to go through here, and that is how to find the sum of the angle measures of any polygon. Okay, well, the important thing to know where to start is with a triangle, that the sum of all the angles inside of a triangle is 180 degrees. Okay, but what about a quadrilateral? Well, from that point, you simply add another 180 degrees. Okay, and that's 360. So for a quadrilateral, it's 360 degrees for the sum of the measures. Pentagon, add another 180. That brings us to 540. And all you got to do is continue adding 180 degrees, for each number of each one side that you add on. So you get to 720 for a hexagon. For a heptagon, it would be 900 degrees for the sum of all the angle measures inside of the figure is what we're talking about. An octagon, 1080. Again, we just did 900 plus 180. Add another 180 to get the nine-sided figure, a nonagon. That's 1260. And our last example for this exercise, we just add 180 to 1260 for a decagon, and we get 1440. So what's a really quick way to be able to do this? For example, if I were to just out of the blue ask you, what's the sum of all the angle measures of, a heptagon or something like that? So all you would have to do is take the number of sides in the figure. All right, subtract 2 every time. Just always subtract 2 from that number of sides. Okay, and then multiply your answer by 180. So, example. Scroll back up here. Let's prove it out. So a quadrilateral, we know it has four sides. Okay, so if I'm right, if you can subtract 2 from 4 and then multiply the answer by 180 to get the sum of the angle measures, then it should come to 360. So what is, if you do 4 minus 2, that equals 2, right? And then multiply it by 180, That's correct. You do get 360. Okay. So a warning, the only figure this wouldn't work for is a triangle. You just have to know that as a rule. Okay. There's no such thing as anything less than a three-sided figure. So you can't subtract 2 from 3 here to figure out a triangle. You should just know that a triangle starts with 180 degrees. All right, and then every other figure can be solved by using this method. All right, subtract the number of sides and then multiply by, subtract 2 from the number of sides, multiply the answer by 180. That'll get you the sum of the angle measures every time.